Hey everyone, I am Yugesh, your host, and I welcome you to the last day of Admitted Talks. Today, we are going to have two consecutive episodes of Admitted Talks, where experts from different industries will be coming together virtually to discuss more about affiliate marketing. We are commencing with the first session, and the second session will be broadcasted live from sharp 4 p.m. For the first session, today we will be discussing fintech sector with the context of affiliate marketing. With digitization reaching its new height in the fintech space, the shift in marketing methods are profound than ever. Let us hear more on this from our speakers, Mr. Rohitesh Sahu, AVP, Online Marketing, Policy Bazaar, Mr. Dheeraj Nagdeo, Head, Performance Marketing, Bajaj Alliance Life Insurance, Mr. Saurabh Khemka, Senior Director, Publicist Media, along with our moderator, Ms. Amoli Nagpal, Head, Finance Vertical, Admitted Affiliate, India. Before we start the discussion, just a quick reminder to all the delegates. You can catch us live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and all are requested to please share their queries on the comment section. Over to you, Ms. Amoli.
Thank you, Yogesh. I agree to Yogesh's point. Fintech has come a long way from merely automating the delivery and use of financial services. Today, finance has transformed and improved the entire financial sector by bringing out various innovative offerings across payments and transfers. India has also not been far behind. Today, India is one of the largest fintech market with highest fintech adoption rate of around 87% across the globe. Especially the post-COVID India, along with some of its global peer, has seen a tremendous growth in fintech. As per the latest reports by Boston Consulting Group, India's fintech industry is estimated to inch up to 150 to 160 USD billion dollars by 2025 from its current value of 50 to 60 billion dollars. Talking about fintech hubs, India is the only second after US with around 2,100 fintech startups as per the official reports. So we will be taking some more interesting insights from our speakers. But before we move ahead, let's start with a brief introduction. So just a bit about you and your company so that everyone knows what we are talking. We can start in any particular order. Saurabh, maybe we can start with you.
Yeah, no problem. So, hi, everyone. I am Saurabh Khemka. I've been with the affiliate industry for about 11 years now, and I'm currently working with Publicist Media, managing their performance marketing business across Performix, Starcom, Zenith, and Beehive. My day in, day out starts and ends with leads, ROI, ROAS, and managing partners. Yeah, so that's about it.
Interesting. Dheeraj, maybe you would want to go next.
Sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Dheeraj Nagdeo. I'm currently heading performance marketing for Bajaj Alliance Life. And my experience is around 8.5 years into digital marketing. Spans across agencies, startup, and big brands. So I was with Access before this and with a fintech called Neo, and was with agencies like Interactive Avenues and iProspect. So I bring a fair perspective of agencies, startup, and brands into this. And looking forward to have exciting conversation on this.
Wonderful. Rohitesh?
Everyone. So I'm from Policy Bazaar. I take care of the performance marketing for the general insurance side of Policy Bazaar, and also take care of the Policy Bazaar UA marketing. So I have been into marketing for about 7 years now, and 6 years in Policy Bazaar. So I have always worked on the client side, never been on the agency side, unlike Dheeraj and Saurabh. So I think we'll be having a good perspective here today.
Absolutely, Rohitesh. So, okay, let's continue with our discussion. So, as I was saying earlier, there's been huge shift in the fintech industry lately. Things have moved to automation for fintech industry, be it opening a savings account, a demat, or availing a personal loan or business loan. Everything has been digitized. The user can apply the entire process themselves without the need of an agent. So my first question is, how do you feel that this has given an opportunity to lots of clients and affiliate to work not only on CPL or CPR model, but also on a CPA model? Saurabh, since you are in the agency side, maybe you can give us client's perspective in that.
So I think with the entire digitization, and especially when the entire process is now STP, which is straight through process. A user can come online and open a demat account online. Let's talk about a demat category, right? Now, this has enabled clients, or let's say brands right now, to actually work on acquisition-based model only. Because in the end of the day, when they look back at their performance, and CEOs of the company look back at what the company has done in a quarter, all they are looking at are the opened accounts, and then obviously how many accounts are actually trading or participating in this trade, right? So I think this entire digitization that has happened during COVID is actually helping brands optimize spends. All right. This obviously further entails, a positive side for their valuation, their goals, all right, their strong user base. I mean, a brand today can actually choose which route they want to go. Are they looking to only sustain with customers who actively trade, or are they looking to have a mix of customers, where they are also looking to increase their presence by opening more number of accounts and then having a healthy ratio for active customers? But all in all, I think brands are absolutely in the best position possible to optimize spends, get the best ROI, and third, stronger their presence. Looking at from the affiliate standpoint, it gets difficult. I mean, from whenever a commercial goes from CPM to CPC to CPV, and let's say a lead to a acquisition, when you go from top to bottom, right, in my order, it is obviously getting difficult for affiliates, right? But I think what perspective I like to bring on I was an affiliate for 8 years, where I was in the best ones or the qualitative ones always survive, right? And going ahead, I think the entire quantum will be more on quality rather than quantity. I remember back in 2015, a brand used to talk to a partner saying, how many leads can you generate? If you give them a small number, they would not meet you. Today, a brand would want to meet a partner who says, I will get you smaller numbers, but I will get you higher retention or higher activations. They would give them on the table, and in fact, give them more money for better performance. So this is how I think the space operates. Pretty much win-win. Quality and right work will sustain. Quantity and intensity just to make money will get you maybe a month, but eventually will get you out of the race.
Very insightful. So, Dheeraj, what's your take? Do you agree with Saurabh's perspective, or do you have a different perspective to share with us?
I mean, definitely agree with what Saurabh is saying. In fact, my view is that last mile associations, right, where revenue is the key point, key point or a considering factor in order to choose a media mix, it was always coming. And COVID, in my view, has only accelerated this process. So because a lot of digitization has happened during the COVID phase, and maybe we are 3 to 4 years ahead of where had probably COVID not been there. So COVID, in my opinion, has only accelerated the process. And this is the reality now, right? Probably clients no longer want to work on a CPC or a CPL model, right? Everyone wants to work on a COA model. For instance, I mean, there were days where probably you were selling just leads for a holiday campaign, right? You were just selling leads. Now you want holidays to be booked. In terms of demat account, as Saurabh was saying, gone are the days when you just want to open a demat account. Now the deals are happening on transactions. First transaction, second transaction, third transaction, right? So in my view, COVID has only accelerated this. And this is here to stay. We are not going back to the old days of CPLs and COAs. This is my opinion. And completely agree with Saurabh. Yeah.
Great. Rohitesh, since you work with insurance industry, so what's your take on this?
So I think Saurabh and Dheeraj have very rightly put it. So that is definitely the way we see the affiliate market moving towards. But I'll add the insurance perspective here slightly. So see, insurance is you can divide it into two sort of broader categories. One is you have assisted products where you need certain sort of assistance with respect to understanding the product. A product like a term insurance or health insurance is difficult to understand, right? It usually has a larger purchase cycle. People would purchase it over, say, a 15, 20 or a 30-day period, right? You have products where you have products like a car insurance or a two-wheeler insurance. You just go and buy it like an e-commerce product, or even for that matter, travel insurance. right? Now, when it comes to unassisted products, a certain CPA sort of a model or a lower funnel model is very much meaningful, or even for the partner, it is very easy for the partner to operate on that. For a product like a term or a health, right? Then because of the payment cycle, because of the purchase cycle is larger, so the partner has to wait for that booking to come and then optimize the campaigns, right? So that is one thing that we see. So specifically for insurance, it hasn't actually changed much what used to be the situation pre-COVID and what is the situation post-COVID. That is one. Second, insurance is also not regulated, right? So you cannot do.
Yeah, that's the thing. IRD regulations also, I think put you a little on the back seat when it comes to striking that low funnel deals.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, it's a good point. So I think we have a few exceptions here. So most of the industry had shifted to CPA, but barring few exceptions. Yeah.
Insurance is obviously a regulated one. So the overall commentary is fintech in general. Insurance obviously being an exception.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So during the COVID times, we have also seen that fintech has demonstrated resilience and an ability to handle financial difficulties, giving us a hope of surviving the crisis. The highest level of equity finance, coupled with agile operations and willingness to embrace remote working, this has enabled fintech to withstand the disruption. So we would want to know, how has this impacted your organization? What are the key changes that you have witnessed and you would want to share with us? And where does this stand with your overall affiliate marketing strategy pre-COVID and post-COVID? Like, for instance, do you have more budgets aligned for your affiliate channel or any new developments that you would want to share with us? Dheeraj, we can start with you.
Sure. So in terms of trends, right, maybe work from home, hybrid models, etc., all these things we know and we are pretty much aware. So this is, in my opinion, it's survival of the fittest, right? You have to do these things in order to sustain. So it's no longer a choice, in my opinion. It's probably a way of life now. In terms of the marketing budgets being directed to affiliates, right? So, or has the budget increased or not increased? So, in my opinion, marketers always look for channels that are more profitable in nature, right? So, be it search, which are very low funnel campaigns, or other campaigns which drive consideration. The idea is obviously to maximize revenue or profitability at the lowest possible cost. So, with pretext to your first question in terms of generating lower funnel deals or working on COA models, etc., I only see this growing, considering the fact that profitability is obviously the main concern while selecting any of the media metrics. So yes, affiliate spends have seen a growth. However, the main thing is that now affiliates also need to start looking at the nurturing aspect, right? It's not only about probably getting a sale and bang, your job is done. It's also you need to probably go that extra mile in order to retain the customer as well. So I think that's the next big thing, and I think the affiliates, while some of them are doing it, but yeah, this is the direction they should be thinking. However, profitability is the major concern and is the major thing rather, and the affiliates who deliver, they definitely get a larger share of the budgets. So yeah, that's my opinion.
All right. So Rohitesh, what's your take on this? Do you think that your organization has also increased their spends with some dedicated potential affiliate channels?
Okay, so we haven't seen a lot of change with respect to the pre-COVID and the post-COVID media mix that we have, right? So the media mix that was there pre-COVID and post-COVID are, I would say, more or less same. And the way affiliate runs for us, so see, it is completely a function of the scale and the performance that we get, right? The larger the scale, and even at the similar or an ROI focused performance, right? It can scale up to a significant budget. So from a budget standpoint, we do not have limitations with respect to, say, there's a X amount we have budgeted. So there is a budget in the plan that we do every month, but it is always capped by performance, right? So as Dheeraj also said, yes, profitability is important, right? And so what we actually look at is profitability, the ROI that is being derived, and then what is the largest scale that our partners can get us, right? And startups are always hungry for growth, right? And we have a portfolio of products with us. So, and the demand, from a demand perspective, the capacity is there to absorb. It is just up there for the partners to pick up, optimize, and keep scaling it up, right? So from a budget perspective, yes, as in there is no downward trend, it's a complete upward trend that I would say.
Yeah, I agree. So, since you are at an agency, how do you see the brand spending more? How is it at your side?
So what happens is, I think, this is something which I learned when I came to the agency more. Okay, so in the last 3 years, and more is that you classify this into two categories. All right, one are brands with established market presence. Established digital presence, let's say, not market, but established digital presence. All right, they have. If you go to Google and find out the search queries for the key the key terms, they would see a higher search query term number. Vis-a-vis brands who have entered the market in the last, let's say, less than 2 years. All right, and is trying to establish growth. Right now, established digital companies, the marketing mix actually hasn't changed, as what Rohit said. Because like I'm taking Policy Bazaar for an example, right? The presence is huge. All right, they've been up and up there on digital all the time. In fact, they were the digital first company on insurance. Which was not largely. And when insurance started beginning to sell online, Policy Bazaar was one of the first 5 people to start selling it online, right? So for them, the media mix does not really change. In fact, for them, as Rohit said, the channel that brings more profitability, the money automatically goes there. There's no brainer there. But what happens is when you come to a company which either has less digital presence, like a new startup in the last 2 years, or they have a product which is hard to sell on search or let's say on Facebook, there the treatment of affiliates is far higher in priority, and in a way that they spend a lot of time in trying to brainstorm with agencies and affiliates to grow this. Vis-a-vis companies, like Policy Bazaar, who've established everything, they in fact just assign budgets and say that if you work rightly, you'll grow. But let's see if it a company like Neo, where Dheeraj was there previously, to his last company, a new company. For them, companies like them, they would spend more money on digital, on affiliates, and they would always have higher share there because they would be limited by what they could spend on other biddable channels like Google and Facebook. Right? So if you classify these two, the first category does not see a change in media mix. In fact, their KPIs have become such strong that automatically affiliate spends, if nothing, will go down or will at best be where they were. I don't think a lot of increase has come there. All right. And this is an annual trend. This is not a monthly trend. Monthly, there's obviously a curve going up and down, right? But if you look at the last, companies, new gen startups or products that are very new and hard on Google, Facebook, the affiliates of spends have gone rocket high. Let's take a category, for example, personal loans. All these NBFCs that have entered the market, Clicks Capital, Loan Tap, highly affiliate-based companies. My 11 Circle and all of these betting companies. Competitors of MPL, high affiliate-focused companies, right? So these are the two categories, is what I feel. Now, as it comes to pre and post COVID, I think this is a very simple answer: is that all the brands have toughened KPIs because they've survived COVID. So if they could survive COVID with world closed down on those limited KPIs, they now with that same KPI, the number of people who can come for the product has only increased because the lockdowns have lifted, right? So they will stand their ground. So from a brand side, their profitability is bound to increase only. And the only exception case that I've seen where brands leave these KPIs are either they're going for IPOs, right, or they're going for funding. These are the only two cases where brands, take a leap on those profitability numbers and look at valuation numbers, and that's only when they spend a huge amount of money. Recently, not naming a company, but there are a couple of companies who came into IPOs, right, from the fintech side, right, a broking company and a life insurance company. when they were about to get to their IPO, they were spending huge just to acquire users, not looking at the other numbers right now because, it was a valuation thing for that time. But all in all, I think profitability stands to increase. Spends depend on companies and their presence in that grid, digital grid. Third, I think, and my recommendation stands, which is brands should definitely stand their ground because if they could survive on the same audience not active, they will definitely grow and thrive on the same audience which is now very active. So yeah.
Yeah. So I guess the affiliate also needs to pull up their socks and be prepared. Only if they have relevant inventories, they can find their.
Yeah. So relevance is everything today. I mean, I'm telling you, back were the days when a creative issue was a creative issue. I know we would not bill. Now a creative issue would make affiliate not get business, not from one but from every side. I've seen brands issuing ROs and telling, do not work with this partner directly or indirectly, or else we will not pay you. So relevance and governance or public vigilance on campaigns is even if you don't have this webinar, this is a ever-going statement. I'm pretty sure Rohitesh and Dheeraj will know this because they manage compliances within their own brands. But this is a all-time given statement.
Yeah. Absolutely. Even at network level, we definitely witness this every day in day-to-day functioning. So, yeah. Moving on to next. So, when it comes to revenue generation and new customer acquisition, loyalty partners can be incredibly lucrative and high-value partners for brands in almost every vertical. They offer an opportunity to reaching out to their loyal, active, transacting audience. So what's your take on working with loyalty and cashback partners on fintech campaigns? Obviously, barring health and life insurance, because that's as per IRDA regulation is not allowed. So since you are at an agency level, how do you see brands' perspective on this particular?
See, this is a very tricky part, and I'm sure Dheeraj and Rohitesh agree that this is a very compliance-driven part. Second, a lot of brands also manage this compliance at their end. There are brands who work with compliance to find that gray area and use this. And there are brands where compliance is far, far stronger than the marketing team, and then they don't end up using this, right? So before I make a statement, the idea is that this is very compliance driven. For any brand and any affiliate working for a brand, they must seek written approval before they go ahead with this. But if you ask a simple point of view, oblique perspective, my perspective says do not work with cashback, loyalty, or offer-based partners or affiliates for any BFSI campaign. All right, because all of them eventually come under RBI, and there are rules on the RBI memorandum which says that acquiring customers based on discounts and cashbacks is not allowed. What banks offer you, for example, a credit card offers you is saying that if you take this credit card, you get an invite offer of, let's say, an Amazon voucher. Now that is a deal that was approved. There was taken an approval from RBI or the relevant body before they went live with them. So that's a product partnership that the brand, which means the bank and the associating partner, have agreed on, right? But let's say an affiliate starts to promote a credit card on, let's say, a instant-based app where say, if you get this credit card and disburse it and you send a screenshot, we will give you 100 points, all right? And let's say those 100 points mean the 50 rupee recharge on your TTH. I'm just thinking an example, right? Hypothetical. I don't think it is allowed at all. Okay, even though the credit card might entail a 500 rupee Amazon voucher, but please remember that is a part of the credit card offer. So that is a part of the credit card. You have to think it that way. But if an affiliate associates with a credit card campaign for a point cashback that translates into a DTH recharge, strict no. So if I am telling you this on a very honest level, do not never ever promote a fintech, any BFSI product, for example, not even insurance, but any BFSI product on any such cashback loyalty programs. Because, one complaint that the end user makes to RBI and RBI says, yes, this is accepted, the brand will lose a lot of money, and their licenses and all also go into a lot of problems. I'm sure Dheeraj and Rohitesh will give you better clarity on that part. But as far as I know the legal, and I've had one of these discussions back in 2014 for a bank that I was working with on a campaign level, it's endearing and it's extremely time. I think it's torture. When you have to sit and answer those questions, I'm telling you, it becomes torture because it goes for hours and hours. So a strict no. no on any loyalty cashback point based. All right. And please remember, a bank, a credit card, a demat account, an insurance, or whatever, if they sell an offer, it is agreed between the brand and the associating partner, approved by their compliance, and I'm sure the government compliance. So just because they are able to do it doesn't mean you can do it. They're doing it before they go live with it, right? So they take an approval and everything. It's contracted. It's not when affiliate just thinks, "Ki, I will also just do this and it will work." No, that's not right. And I think not only BFSI, but it should not be done for any category. Please BFSI. Even if you're, let's say, you're working for an automobile brand and you have promoting a test drive, you can't just say that go for a test drive and we'll give you 1,000 rupees Amazon voucher. No, because the quality of that lead becomes bad. So in any and every campaign, be it BFSI, be it non-BFSI, because affiliate marketing is seriously competing against Google, Facebook to provide the right quality, and the marketers must register that affiliates get quality, which is a big struggle for everyone. Do not run incent. Incent is never good. It will never give you the quality audience. The brand will never be happy. The business will never become a loop, and all of us will lose money.
Okay. So, Dheeraj, what's your perspective? Do you feel that premium loyalty partners like Intermiles, or maybe we have seen some instances where Milk Basket also offers some reward points to their users if they come on their platform and like make a credit card application or avail a loan? So do you think those platforms have some potential and those needs to be explored? What's your take? Dheeraj, you there? Maybe we can move to Rohitesh. Rohitesh, what's your view? Do you feel that we should explore partnerships like HNI audience-based loyalty platforms? Do you think that there's some potential over there in general for fintech category?
So from a loyalty partnership, yes. So cashbacks would be a bit different compared to loyalty partnership. So as long as a brand is partnering, I think that's the way to go, because then it is whatever the affiliate partner promotes is resonating with the brand, right? As Saurav said, right? I think I completely resonate with the way Saurav said that even for us, whenever we roll out the POs, right, there are some terms explicitly mentioned with respect to cashbacks, loyalties, which is definitely not in sync with insurance. But from a complete BFSI perspective, I think there is some role that, yes, I think it is still that these sort of loyalty programs might play out, but I haven't, in my experience, I have never tried out. So I do not have any first-hand experience with respect to how they actually play out for a brand per se. But I think there might be certain categories that it might work with, right? Might not be for all the categories, but maybe something like a credit card.
All right. I feel that we have one perspective here from the client side or the agency side. Maybe a partner, someone like Milk Basket or any loyalty partner could have offered their perspective, like what they have to offer or anything. But anyways, yeah, there are lots of regulations.
I'm back. I think my screen got freezed. So I would like to make a point here.
Yeah, Dheeraj, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, in terms of insurance as a sector, right, it is regulated and it's a big no there. So, there's obviously no two things about it. However, when it comes to affiliate incent-driven campaigns, well, there are two ways of looking at it, right? One is either you are riding on the popularity of the brand, or you are riding on the popularity or you are just riding on the transactional value, right? कि आप ये कर लो, आपको ये मिलेगा. So that is just transaction. One is कि ठीक है, the brand is good and you are riding on that popularity. So that is one way. That is the other thing. So if you are just riding on the transactional value, then there is a problem, right? फिर तो there's no point in running incent-driven campaigns. However, if you are riding on the popularity of the brand and that you really want to reward the customer who you want to reward, right? Who's your actual customer, then I think it's a good thing. I mean, you should definitely look into it. However, if it is just based on transactions, no. So, for instance, if there's a new brand that has come up and they have a particular set of customers in mind, and they want to onboard such customers. And if you're rewarding them to join, it's good, right? As long as it is into all the regulations and compliance aspects are taken care of. However, if it is just based on transactional value, not worth it at all. So yeah, that's my view on it.
Good to have your perspective, Dheeraj. So I guess this is still a debatable topic for fintech industry and which still needs some development to be done. So, okay, we'll move on to our next question. So we have seen a lot of updates in trends in affiliate industry lately. Like there's this D2C wave in e-commerce. Then brands have shifted more of their focus on channels like micro-influencers, contextual websites, or content commerce. So, and there are more and more use of automation tools or AI ML based campaigns. So if you can share with us what are the latest trends that you have witnessed in 2020, 2021, and if there is any particular instance that you can share with our audience, how that has impacted your campaign and any particular learning that you have got. Dheeraj, maybe we can start with you.
Sure. So if you look at any of the marketing campaigns, right, even in terms of latest trends, there are two ways to look at it. One, the objective is either the discovery part, and the other thing is the nudging part. I mean, barring obviously the performance part here, because when you talk about content, you're majorly talking either discovery or you're talking nudging, right, or probably the mid funnel aspect. So when it comes to micro influencers, when it comes to if we are just talking say micro influencers, right, and if that particular micro influencer is an SME in his domain, let's talk about say Demat accounts, right? So if the micro influencer is himself a subject matter expert, he then is an influencer because he can actually influence people, right? So that is one. And if there is say one particular influencer, so-called influencer, who has 2-3 million followers on Instagram, but it's not a subject matter expert in that particular domain, that particular person for that Demat account campaign is just a micro influencer. So now the thing is that it really depends on what your objective really is, who your audience is, and basis that if you categorize micro influencers and influencers, I think that is there, and we should be very clear in your head. I mean, in terms of why the micro influencer or the influencer is being used. Is it for the discovery of a particular product, or it's just the nudging part? So if the discovery aspect is taken care by the overall influencers or who are a subject matter expert in that particular domain, then that is great. And the micro influencers then can come in as part of the nudge, right? To nudge the people, or even that is true for contextual websites, that is true for all the content discovery platforms. So this is my view. It depends on, are you really trying to make your brand discoverable, or you're trying to nudge the customer? So yeah, my view on this.
All right. Saurabh, would you want to add something, your insights or any instance that you would want to quote?
See, I've seen brands definitely accepting contextual advertising. All right. Just recently, we were working with two banks, and one of those banks, who's a very hardcore performance client, actually wants to step up and start experimenting. All right. And I think this experimenting has been brought on by all those D2C brands. Those D2C brands, the consumer brands, have done a huge set of micro influencing, and they've really set up a ground where they've told brands that unless and until you do a pilot, you will not get to know it. For example, if you look at a brand like Drool, I've seen this Drool influencer campaigns big time with all those celebrities who carry a dog, who have a dog, right? So they've got everyone doing a small post, right, on Instagram and just checking it out, right? That's one, right? So I think looking at those CPG brands doing it so extensively, I've seen my clients, especially in BFSI, who are so number crunched and number driven clients, are actually getting opened up to doing contextual on, say, a native platform, or, consulting on influencers. And as just Dheeraj mentioned, picking the influencer is a very important part. So that's one. Second, while doing contextual advertising, I think what brands do is they take up a lot of their lessons from the past. So they analyze a lot of their past campaigns, check out their exact right TG, and go to a platform and tell them that, this is the TG you want to go to, very exact TG. And there, as Dheeraj said, on their objective, which is largely reaching out, they actually find if spending more to reach a very refined audience gives them an ROI in the longer run. So what they end up doing by this is sending users to their top funnel and some of them to their middle funnel, which then gets taken over by their remarketing campaigns. And I'm pretty sure while this is at a very pilot stage for all brands, this will eventually bring ROI, because how will brands do something more? Google kar rahe hain, Facebook kar rahe hain. Let's say they're doing programmatic, they're doing affiliates. What next? So I think this can be that one next channel where brands find out contextual influencers and more such solutions, which I'm sure will come in the future, to fill up their top and middle funnel, and from there take it ahead. So even if that converts later into their low funnel and their ROI metric gets met, this will, if not say 20%, will give them at least an extra 5% scale, which today is, I think Rohitesh will add this more on that increased delta. How important is that increased delta for a brand? I think we should then ask Rohitesh on this, but that's my point of view.
Yeah, absolutely. Rohitesh, your take on this?
Yeah, so I'll talk about two things in general. One is, so we have seen some of our partners working with a different, so we have a media mix. Now the partners also have their media mix to fulfill our demand with respect to the sort of volume that we desire, right? So the partners have been traditionally focused a lot more on channels like email and SMS, right? We have seen them moving out of that, exploring other channels, doing small pilots. We have been open with respect to giving them some buffers on ROIs, right? So there is some level of experimentation that we see on the network side also, which is going on, which is to sort of increase the intent of the users, right? Bring in more qualified users to the platform, right? Cut down as much as junk traffic as possible, right? That will happen, and they have a larger control with respect to the conversion rates, with respect to the different KPIs that they work on, right? So that is one thing. Second is the type of content that goes out, right? So a content is getting a lot personalized. It is not getting personalized to the extent where we say that, where we recognize the person by personal attributes, but we sort of categorize those people into different buckets, right? Now, once the partner takes that campaign, to give you an example, if I have to promote health insurance, right? One way of saying would be to buy a health insurance for say 300 rupees a month, right? And you show that to people, anyone who is say 30 years and up. Another way would be to maybe subdivide that audience and serve a more personalized content to someone who is a parent, right? To someone who is a senior citizen, right? A different premium amount of different set of features are different. So we have seen these sort of things working with different partners. We have seen partners responding quite well, taking up, experimenting, right? So personalized content is also sort of picking up, that we have seen media mix, a lot of partners experimenting. So just to add on to what Dheeraj and Saurabh had already talked about influencer marketing. Yes. So as in, yes, the channel is sort of starting to experiment and grow in that direction.
Great.
Dynamic content, dynamic creatives is something which is very big, So basically browser push notification helps you do that. So if let's say a publisher has their own website and they've been promoting ads on their own website, they build up a cookie pool, and then they're able to, with a relevant marketing automation tool, they're able to segment audiences that come to their website. So at a point of time, if Dheeraj, Rohitesh and Saurabh visit, let's say at the same time, there are high chances that the three of us will see a different ad based on our age segment or our income segment or our product requirement segment. So he would see a credit card, I would see a loan, or that way. I think this dynamic creative is something which is pretty much there.
Yeah, and I think it also offers you an extra way to experiment and see what kind of results, and because the users are also genuine in such kind of promotion. So I think it offers an extra, I would say, channel with, as you said, some added performance. So, all right. I think it was a wonderful and a very interesting discussion. So on this note, I would like to conclude our discussion. So more and more key fintech partners have definitely adopted to CPA model, barring few exceptions. And brands have shifted their spends only on transparent and potential affiliate partners. Cashback and loyalty partners offer a great opportunity, but again, this needs to be approached category-wise, keeping in mind the regulations and hygiene check. Affiliate channel is still in adolescent stage for India market as of now for fintech industry, but I think it is yet to see multiple growth for many years to come. So that's all for our session today. Over to you, Yogesh.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Amuli. I'm sure all the people who were eagerly waiting for this session must have enjoyed it and found it extremely insightful. Also, at the same time, we have a praise for Mr. Saurav. This is from Bharti Kati. She says Saurav's point is so true because incent won't suffice a long run. So as Saurav mentioned, so there's a price. So, okay, now we'll be moving forward with the question Q&A session for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. So, Saurabh, I can see that there's one question that I think it's more directed towards the agency side. The affiliate has put up that there are many campaigns in fintech which have budget constraints, and it goes live maybe in the starting of the month and is paused by the end of the month. So do you think that puts a restraint, and how we can work with advertisers to make them, educate them to remove those cappings or monthly budgets?
What happens is, if you're talking about startups, they will be budget driven. That's the most important parameter, And believe, looking at especially from an agency standpoint, I think more than what affiliates feel about this starting and stopping of a campaign, it is painful for us, because we have to specially invest manpower to just start and stop. And once we stop and start again, we have to do the entire Q&A, the check of the campaign, which tends to put up a lot of our time. I think most importantly, along with affiliates, we also lose our run rate that we established. Let's say the campaign got live on day 2 of the month. All right, we set up a DRR by the day 5th. And by day 21st, we're in such good tracks that, we're doing everyday numbers. It's all syncing well. Now, when suddenly we have to pause on day 23, saying that the budget is finished, more than the affiliate is a problem for us because we've lost our rhythm, But looking at the way startups are, 75% cases, this will persist. So one change as an agency that we have done is, we tell our all partners to please, so generally what affiliate does is, if you give them budget X for 25 days, they think we'll do it in 20 days and ask for more money in the last 5 days. Now, in doing that, they A, harm the overall DRR, the daily run rate of the campaign, and B, believe me, once in a couple of months, it happens that the quality gets hampered because jo kaam 25 days mein tha, you try to do it in 20 days, right? So what we tell partners is to please do not do extra than the run rate specified to them so that it continues. So what happens is, if they follow this, the campaign actually never stops. If you think of this way, let's say if Dheeraj tomorrow, as a client, and Dheeraj gives me a budget of 300 rupees a month, and I have to spend 10 rupees a day. If affiliates stick to spending 10 or 9 to 11 rupees a day between that, and let's say in the last 2 days, it is just 10 rupees extra. For Dheeraj to get 10 extra out of 300 is just 3%, right? Easy. But for Dheeraj to get 20 or 300 or, let's say a 50 rupees extra from the same 300 is about 15% extra money, for which I'm pretty sure he would also need approvals at all levels, right? So I think from an affiliate standpoint, 2 things. One is, A, please do not try to exhaust budgets before the deadline. It does not help anyone. B, I think while you spend money, it is always good to check with the agency on the 21st of the month saying, in the last 10 days, we can do a little bit more. Is there any affiliate who's not performing? Can we get their budgets? So what they don't do is ask this question. All right. So, and I'm telling you, such emails never come. I don't know why people want to do this on a call. And nobody likes to pick up calls. So my advice is, A, follow the DRR. B, write an email. C, do not try to get into the practice of trying to get more budgets, because once if you perform bad, I'm sure now there are 10 extra people waiting for the same campaign at a better cost than you to replace you immediately. This is not 2015 where the number of affiliates were limited, If Rohitesh seems an affiliate is not working well, let's give them another chance. But today, if Rohitesh affiliate is not doing well, there are 10 more to replace the same publisher, right? So that's also important for the viewers to understand. But yeah, I feel you whoever wrote this question, as an affiliate, I understand your pain. The pain says the same. But yeah, that's the truth.
Dheeraj or Rohitesh, would you want to add anything on this?
Or I'll give you our perspective, right, or the brand side perspective on this. So starting the campaign and pausing it midway and restarting it again, well, no one is in favor, right, to do that. But I think the key aspect here is transparency. How transparently you are. When I say you, I mean we, the brands, are passing the data back to affiliates. If that is frequent and the transparency is there, most likely your campaigns won't get paused unless there is something very, unless there is a business call or there is something at a product level that has gone down or that needs to be changed. However, if you get the data regularly, if the feedback loop is flowing from a client side, the likelihood of that happening is very less. However, if the feedback loop is broken, expect the campaigns to be paused, because obviously there is no transparency. And even at our end, we don't know what is happening, right? If your campaigns are performing, not performing, what is happening. So always try and work, from our side, we try to be as transparent as possible, because that eventually works for us, because it is a cost-effective model at the end of the day. So to be fair, we don't want to pause the campaigns, but then if there are certain broken things we need to fix, and probably this is the only reason why the campaigns get paused, or there are some ethical issues or some brand safety issues. Else, no one is in favor of really doing that.
Yeah, absolutely correct. What likes it.
Yeah. Rohitesh, would you want to add anything?
I think I'll just say two things. One is, if we have to pause the campaign, it would either be because of compliance issues or performance issues, right? Otherwise, if the performance is temporary, it would not stop. It would just reduce the daily rate, right? Because there would be there would be swings, right? It can perform very well in certain months, and the performance might dip for a brief period, right? But for the consistent partners that we have, it's an ongoing campaign, right? It's a all day on, 24 hours, all every day on campaign, right? But only for the partners that we onboard on a regular basis, and we do a small pilot with them. We try to see what sort of quality comes in, right? That is the point when it might be an sort of a situation where we are trying to figure out whether the quality is good, whether the quality is bad, whether it is junk, whether it is compliant or not. Once it is onboarded on for like 2-3 months and there's a certain level of trust, I don't think it would stop if there is no compliance issue and if the performance is as required, right?
So I guess the affiliate has his answer now. Yogesh, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah. So the second question would be, it's from Vipul Priyadarshi. He's asking what key points affiliates should keep in mind while promoting financial affiliate programs.
I think Rohitesh, you should directly answer this, because you're the last brand owning guy. For 6 years in owning a brand.
Yeah, so I think the first and foremost is compliance, right? I would rather not run a campaign, a compliant campaign, right? A non-performing campaign is still fine. A non-compliant campaign is something strict no, right? That is the first and the foremost thing. Second is a low number of high quality leads is much better than a larger number of low quality leads. So so once you sort of understand the product, understand the category, the audience, right? Uh, Performance is what drives a sustainable campaign, right? So it should never be done from an intent of, say, a 1 month or a 2 month revenue. It should be a year long and a multi-year sort of a activity, because these brands are all sustainable brands. They have established presence. Brands like Policy Bazaar do not have budget constraints, right? It is capped by performance. So, and the scale is limited. It is not, Policy Bazaar doesn't have limitation as to how much it can absorb, but it is how much the partner can deliver at the key KPIs that is sort of desired, right? So from a scale perspective, from a budget perspective, there are actually no limitations. It is all limited by performance. Yeah.
I think I'll add the word lifetime value. Does an
Yeah.
affiliate want to add a lifetime? What lifetime value you want to become in the eyes of a brand? And two important reasons. One is a longer association. B, let's say your POC from that brand goes to somewhere else. The same POC will call you eventually, right? So while you are earning money from the brand, you also have to earn the trust of that person, because let's be honest, nobody's going to be there for forever, right? So if the POC goes somewhere else, let's say Rotesh goes tomorrow from Policy Bazaar to company X, he will recall those top 5 performing partners of those 100 to 100, 200 partners that, yeah, these are reliable guys. So you don't only work for the brand, you also work for the POC who's talking to you every day. And I think it's more like a true insurance market here. A bad performing compliant campaign is far better than a performing non-compliant campaign. So yeah, I think he spoke the first very right thing: compliance. Please comply to what the brand tells you, because let's be honest, all of us are, and I'm an affiliate first. I'm not an agency guy first for 8 years. We normally try and find gray areas to just promote creatives. So I think compliance, which is diligence or you call governance, whatever you call it, is the first most important thing for the campaign.
Absolutely. Dheeraj,
So
would you
as
want
we are
to?
running out of time, we just last question that will be taken up. This is so the question is: does a normal content sites really work for BFSI in terms of volume?
Dheeraj, would you want to take it?
Could you please repeat that question?
So the question is: does a normal content site really work for BFSI in terms of volume?
So depends on the kind of traffic that partner is generating and how relevant it is, right? And what phase is the website really designed for? Is it for discovery or is it for nudging, right? As I told you. So if it is designed in such a way in order to nudge customers or in order to provide that perspective, then volumes can be possible. Or if the website is just designed for discovery, then I doubt it can deliver volumes.
All right. I think we are running short on time. So
Yeah.
So we'll end our session here. Thank you so much, speakers, for your valuable time. Now we will take a short break of 10 minutes and we'll move forward with the next session at 4:10. Stay tuned. Thank you so much, speakers. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
thank you. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to Admitted Talks, a slightly different yet interesting session where we'll be discussing why and how influencers should join affiliate marketing and insights on contributing to the affiliate program's success for any brand. We have with us Ms. Sudha, founder, Swagit, Ms. Sonu Bhubna, co-founder, Shopper, Mr. Mohit Prithyani, YouTube video creator, Mr. Lazy Tech, and the session will be moderated by Mr. Stephen Suryavanshi, Director, Publisher Relations and Partnerships, India, Admitted Affiliate India. Before we start, just a quick reminder to all the delegates, you can catch us live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and all the delegates are requested to put forward their questions in the comment section. Over to you, Mr. Stephen.
Thank you, Yogesh. Hello, everyone. I hope you all are safe and healthy today. And as Yogesh mentioned, why we have gathered here today by this means of this webinar is to learn about content and influencers' role in today's affiliates program. In recent times, we have seen incremental growth with influencer performance on Admitted platform. A lot of influencers have showed interest in collaborating with Admitted on cost per sale, or I would say cost per action model, and promoting major of our affiliate programs within this affiliate space. Through this webinar, we'll be bringing in some factors which can be beneficial to the influencers to grow their business with the help of affiliate marketing, right? So since we know that, content has ruled the marketing world and especially the digital world a lot, right? The moment we have seen content and commerce connect together, there has been some great marketing strategies which did wonders for certain brands or for certain influencers as well. I would like to know that why is it important to connect content with commerce, and how do e-commerce clients can see the scale from this channel? I would want Sonu to take up this question and give her view.
Sure, Stephen. So I think before we were consuming a lot of content that was produced by the publication houses, TVs, and news, the ads and subscription made it commercially feasible. And to an extent, it also ensured the quality of the content. However, the growth of social media and the diversity of content that is produced by individual creators on social media, it just made us consume more of such content. And serving irrelevant ads on such content is not really a viable option anymore. And hence, connecting commerce to the content is the only way forward. And integrating commerce to the content by working with brands also make a very seamless experience for the end users when they are shopping for any product that has been posted on social media. Also, the influence creators have on our shopping habits is really immense. And one of the biggest opportunities of this time period is that creators are creating content that is liked by millions of people around the world. But I think one of the biggest challenges that brands face with scaling with this particular model is that the number of individual creators they need to work with to power the creator content or to power the creator economy. And I think the best way forward is to mitigate this challenge is to work with the affiliate networks that can let the brands power the creator content at scale.
Thank you, Sonu. Mohit, do you agree with what Sonu has said, or do you have your own views for it?
So exactly, she is perfect, and Sonu explain each and everything in a perfect way. But I think, according to me, we have to drive the audience to for online e-commerce, because I think at this point of time, a lot of people don't want to go outside. For example, if we talk about the general scenario, so for example, if I want to buy a headphone or a system, I have to go to the shops, roam here and there, and see the available options. If I'm getting all the options at one point on the online system itself, for example, Amazon, Flipkart, or wherever possible, if I'm getting all the options with multiple, you can say multiple availabilities, different varieties and all, with demos. If we are going online on YouTube itself, if we'll search about a headphone, we'll get a lot of varieties. Different people are giving different scenarios. And just by a single click, we are able to get that product on our doorstep. That is more convenient, and brands also are convenient. Means it's completely digital world right now. It means we are going to a completely digital world. So in coming days, that will be the only source of, you can say, the product delivered at your doorstep with very ease. So no one wants to go outside. And with a single step, so brands are also collaborating with this type of scenario, that just by giving a product to a YouTuber or a content creator and driving a lot of audience, which they can't drive buy a single store at a particular point. So e-commerce is mainly for that purpose, according to my perspective.
Thanks, Mohit. Sudha, you run a influencer platform. So
yeah, that's right.
What is your
I mean, like to sum up, I think both of them have covered a lot of points. Yeah, convenience being the most important factor. People are actually, looking up to influencers at the moment. So gone are those days that we buy products, looking at that Amitabh Bachchan has been using or anyone else have been using, right? So right now people really connect with micro or nano influencers a lot. We look up to them. Like they are somebody like a next door girl or a boy. Like we really take inspiration from them. And we really believe, what the kind of reviews that they give, and then we look up to them even before, making a purchase on e-commerce platforms. And so, even from the user's perspective, it's extremely important to make, the content creators content shoppable for them. As a matter of convenience, it's not just from e-commerce platform to getting it delivered. Also the discovery process. Okay, which like Mohit said, which earphones am I supposed to buy? I mean, we are just spoiled with a lot of options, right? But content creators like Mohit or any content creator of that matter, not just in electronics, also in fashion, in different fields, people have started looking up to this Instagram and YouTube influencers before they actually make a purchase. So it's extremely important, even from users' perspective. That's the need as well, to connect content with the commerce. So that has been lagging a lot these days, I would say. We have been really matured in terms of e-commerce logistics and the supply chain, but then the product discovery, the user experience has been, it's still there, the problem.
Yes, because I also feel that influencers are the one who in recent years they are the ones who could force a decision to the user that what's trending. I mean, if a influencer is if he's a fashion influencer and if he is doing a video for let's say a jeans or maybe a t-shirt, right? I mean that shows that this is the latest trend which is there. Right, or maybe a gadget has been reviewed. So for their audience, it is like this is the new gadget and it's cool and one should really have it, right? So I actually believe that influencers are the ones who push the decision. Let's say if a user has like 80% of the decision made that I'll buy this product, it's the influencer who takes that 20% factor and make sure that the user would need this particular product and buy it from the e-commerce website. Right. Well, we have seen, there are like, bigger affiliate programs have always helped earn money to every publishers, right? So be it influencers, content sites, or maybe any coupon or cashback site, right? Such advertisers have always experimented with, different traffic sources and types. So Mohit, from you, I would like to know how influencers generate revenue through affiliate programs and why is it important for influencers to actually monetize, the traffic that they generate or they wish to generate or to divert it to the e-commerce website. Mohit,
You're on mute.
No, you're not audible. Yeah, sure. Sudha, would you like to take up this question?
Yeah, sure.
Repeat it. Then how influencers generate revenue through affiliate programs and why it is important for them to monetize their traffic.
That's right. So, so right now, content creation has always been a hobby earlier, maybe in the last decade or so. But this decade, with the evolution of TikTok and snackable video platforms, a lot of people have come out and take that up as a serious profession because they have seen some value in it, as in they can actually monetize their talent or whatsoever to showcase their skill set. And also, these are three-way thing, right? Also, users are looking up to these kind of content creators for some content. parallelly, brands are also pumping in a lot of money on these influencers because they are actually an influencer, not just a content creator. They have been influencing a sale, right? So it's a three win-win-win situation, I would say. So with great content creators coming up, and then with also brands needing them to leverage bigger sales year on year basis, and also with users needing them to create more content, and it absolutely makes sense to be on a part of like something like an affiliate platform. And today, sponsored posts have been the great revenue channel for the platforms. But then it's just a one thing. Maybe in a month, a content creator might get only 2 or 3 sponsored posts or a sponsored deal, but that is not really sustainable. So what makes it sustainable is continuous revenue, a stable revenue channel. Something like Admittedly or any affiliate platform of that matter really helps them, because these content creators are not going to stop creating content just because you're not going to get any brand deals, right? So it's extremely important for them to create a stable revenue channel, not just be dependent on branded sponsored post deals. So that's how it is actually helping influencers to keep creating content and see that as a stable revenue channel. So yeah, they are the founders themselves, I would say.
Correct. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Mohit?
Yes, am I audible to you now?
Yeah, now yeah. I would really need your views on this.
So exactly, it means what I think as a content creator, I don't depend on a particular source of income. Means we create multiple sources of income. For example, if we are getting a revenue from YouTube, apart from that, we are getting some commissions from affiliate websites. Then it is a plus point. And giving a positive review, if we are giving a good review, a genuine review to a customer, and he is relying on us, he is asking on comment section, following us, subscribing us, and watching our content on daily basis. So he will definitely believe on us. End of the day, if we'll provide means as such, as we can see, a lot of new brands are connecting in this world on daily basis. So it's not possible to review all the brands, but it is possible to show all the products at a particular channel, you can say, or by making a content of 10 to 20 minutes. If we are giving a variety of products to our subscribers, and they are driving to the content, and we are making commission, then there is no bad thing in that, according to me.
So Mohit, since you mentioned about...
Yes, please.
Yeah, Sudha, please.
Yeah, I mean, I would say affiliate is going to be the future also, because with
Definitely.
too many content creators coming up, I mean, brands will definitely reach a point, a saturation point, wherein they'll stop putting in so much money, say 25,000 per post or 30,000 per post. I mean, how much marketing budget they could allocate, like forever, right? With so many content creators coming up, the space being extremely crowded, this affiliate could be the sustainable way to earn revenue. I think brands would also have started, realizing that, and have been shifting their marketing budget from, a branded sponsored post to affiliate as well. I think that shift is already happening, and then will be there in maybe next 3-4 years, I would say.
Correct, Sudha. So I know that you work with a lot of influencers, right? Tell me, what is your take on this? Why is it important for influencers actually to? I mean, see, they create videos. It's there out there on YouTube or any other social media platform. The content creators could create a video, and the users or their audience could just follow and do the shopping, right? So
what? So what I actually think, Stephen, that the creator economy has multiple revenue streams, like Mohit and Sudha have already touched upon. So there is this brand sponsorship where they get this flat fee for creating the content, for producing the content. Then we also have these tipping platforms or subscription platforms like Patreon, where the subscribers and the followers will come and pay certain amount to the influencers. And then we also have the channels, revenue channels from YouTube ads, or also based on the number of impressions and views you get on YouTube. But what is really missing here, particularly in the Indian creator economy or the Indian creator sector, is the affiliate revenue. because this is one of the biggest revenue streams for the creators in the West. And this is something that creators in India are yet to realize the full potential of. And the way Sudha said, that brands are going to reach a saturation point, because you cannot just keep giving money to every influencer or creator without knowing the engagement or the conversions they can drive. So there is going to be a correction in the economy where the creators would also get paid based on the conversions they drive or the engagement, depending on the criteria brands have. So I feel affiliate is definitely one of the biggest revenue sources or the income that is be sustainable for the future as well. And West has already seen the results and impact of it. Brands are driving like good ROI. For every $1 they spend, they get roughly around more than $5 for every creator campaign. So the same thing will happen in our India also.
Right. So since you all three have spoken about why it is important for an influencer or a content creator to monetize their own traffic, right? My question is there are too many affiliate programs these days, right? Every other network would have some of the other exclusive brands working with them, right? Some affiliate programs would either offer you higher commission, some could offer you lesser commission. There are some brands who has like higher recognition, but some don't, right? So the question is how to select affiliate programs according to content of your own channel, right? And how do you guys, especially Mohit, I would want you to answer it. How do you target audience and increase your subscribers base?
So basically, my content is completely based on music section. I give reviews on headphones, earphones, soundbars, and all, completely music package. So I try my best to make a content mainly on music section itself and admitted. Basically, I work with Amazon directly, and Flipkart and other websites I'm not working directly with them, but through admitted, I'm working with them. As Clifford, he told me that we have a good hold on these clients, and as I can see, previously I was working with Q-Links, but I didn't found any benefit from their end, because their graphs, their daily calculations, you can say how many exactly clicks we are getting, how many exactly impressions we are getting, how much revenue we are generating. It was not clear, but with admitted, I can see each and every scenario, each and every flow in a proper manner. How many clicks I'm making per day, what is the impressions, what is the revenue I'm generating, and it is just open in front of me right now, ready for withdrawal, the payments and all. So if everything is clear and fine, and Clifford, he is in regular touch with me. If you are getting a proper response from the client end, for example, you are the client for admitted, right? If you are helping me to choose the proper brand or the proper source for which you understand my channel and you know what exactly my audience is based on, if you are providing me a good path, you can say, so definitely I'll be in touch with you and will definitely work for you for a longer time. That is the main thing I found plus point with admitted, that you provide a proper solution and all. Whenever I am in difficulty, for example, last week only, Clifford contacted me regarding the JBL. So you guys are giving a lot of good response and showing concern. Your content is based on soundbars and all Bluetooth speakers. The JBL is giving good amount of commission. You can just directly work for JBL. So we also work with JBL. So these are the things which completely help us to interact with the brand. This is the main thing which help us to choose a proper affiliate network, for example, admitted itself, apart from the big networks like Amazon and all.
All right. Thank you, Mohit. We have Naman who has joined recently in this webinar. Hi, Naman.
Yes, hello. I was joined, but at that time I was not able to share the video. So right now I'm. No. Hello, how are you guys?
Good. Thank you, Naman. Sudha,
Yeah.
The same question to you as well. How do you choose an affiliate program before taking it to your influencers who have joined in your network?
Okay, so two things we consider. So we have also worked with Q-Links. So Swagit is actually a consumer platform wherein we make the looks of influencers and celebrities shoppable. So that was the thing. So we were actually mapping products to each of the influencer lists from across multiple platforms like Ajio, Limeroad, Myntra, H&M, Marks and Spencer. So these are the platforms, and we have a technology. We have an inbuilt technology to identify products. So how we came across, an affiliate program is from technology perspective, we needed the product. See, it was highly important for us to track sales and also clicks from these platforms that we work with, e-commerce platforms that we work with. So, and it has to be extremely easy for us. So Admitat actually did all the heavy lifting for us. So given the product, they had like set APIs and all of that. So it made our, the styling team and also the tech team, almost half the burden were taken by them because of those APIs. So that was amazing. Earlier with Q-links or any other affiliate program, we were manually adding the product link and then generating the deep link and then putting it back again in our system. It was too much of manual work. But with the help of Admitat APIs, we were able to integrate this affiliate program very seamlessly. So it's just automated. We don't have to generate anything of our own. We have a system in which our styling team would just put in the products and it's just pulled in. That's it. It's automatically generated. So technology was the main point. The product, basically the main point that Admitat has, was amazing. And I didn't find the same, the product / API anywhere else. So this made it really easy for us to, scale it up. And they have a huge fashion based network as well. They work with almost every e-commerce brand in India. So it was a clear, easy choice for us. That's what we consider. Yeah.
Thank you for that. So, what matters to you? High brand recognition or a higher commission before you take it to your influencers?
So it's always going to be like, what is more important to our influencers. So for example, when we think of integrating commerce to the content, we always think at the product level, like Sudha was mentioning about, and we rarely consider at the brand level. So for example, if I have to recommend best dresses for the college, I'm going to think about multiple products from multiple brands rather than considering only one single brand that I should be promoting. And this is the trend we have often seen in India, where creators tend to be loyal or they tend to think of only one brand or a few brands. It could be because they're either directly working with those brands or they may be working with a network that has only few brands in their niche. So what we feel is that as a creator, it's very important for you to choose a network that has a lot of brands in your niche. And like everybody is highly recommending Admitat, I'm also going to end up doing the same because Admitat has various or like several advertisers from multiple verticals. So you're not really limited in terms of the diversity or scale or the flexibility of creating the content. And this is where I feel that as creators, I think we are going to be more interested in what the brands, multiple brands can provide rather than what one specific brand can provide.
All right. That's an insightful answer, to be honest. So Raman, thank you for joining the webinar. I would like to ask you if you could give out some tips to the upcoming influencers who are aspiring influencers who plan to be influencers in the near future, or maybe who are still trying to increase their subscriber base. What tips you would like to give to them, in terms of choosing affiliate programs, in terms of creating videos, how to choose products, which category to work on?
Okay. So actually, I'm not gonna tell everything about the content perspective, but I will share my own experience, what I feel at the starting when I start the creator journey, my YouTube journey. So actually, I will suggest ki a lot of people who just think ki they will put the content whatever they want, but I think you should create content according to your audience. And the first thing, you should observe what people want to see, and once you get analyzed with that particular content, you should deliver that content only. Like when I start my YouTube journey, I created a lot of content. I used to create latest news about technology. I used to create videos for mobile phones, headphones, earphones. I try a lot of things. It's like a hit and trial thing. But when I analyze myself, my channel, I watch my analytic in a very like detailed way, and I found like my Bluetooth earphones content is very popular among all the other content. So I started creating content related to Bluetooth earphones, and that moment helped me to grow in a very pace work, because when Amazon or Flipkart start selling their products in a low price at the sale time, so at the time we as a influencer, we get a lot of push or at that time. So I think my tip will be, you should work what your main niche is. Like my niche is technology, but there is one sub niche which we should follow. So like I think Mohit is also there. He is also creating related to content like earphones, headphones. So he knows like if he is uploading other content related to mobile or computer or gaming computer, so that content will not get that reach as compared to headphone or earphones, right? So as a creator, you should know what your audience want, and initially you have to follow that path. If you are not like willing to do that part, you have to do, because at some point when I reach at million subscriber, I know whatever I will put, my audience will watch. Okay, but at the certain point of view, like you have to give the content what your audience wants. So this is the tip which I want to give to influencers.
Sure. Thank you, Naman. Mohit, some tips from you as well.
No, Naman told exactly fine that if we have a good audience who is concerned on, for example, as I told you that I'm working on music section itself, if I'll show the unboxing and reviews of a mobile phone or a different content which my audience is not based on, so definitely I will not get that much of reach. Definitely we have to continue making the content which our audience is based on. Then only we can boost the audience, keep our the views count on the same level, or increasing the level of the viewers according to the content which we make. And end of the day, the sales are based on the views itself. If we are getting a lot of views, good content, engagement on our video, at the end of the day, that will make our sales. Not just by getting few views and all, just by getting few likes or comments, we won't be able to make a good amount of sales through any of the affiliate website. So Naman told exactly right that this is the time, for example, the sales are going on the Amazon and Flipkart. This is the main time which we earn money from YouTube as well as the affiliate. So the thing is that end of the day, the revenue matters and the subscribers which are intact with us. We just have to provide the proper content, the main niche where we have to stick to that point only for the overall growth of our channel as well as the affiliate.
Right. Thanks, Mohit. So what I could understand from Mohit and Naman is, one needs to be aware of the trends that are going on in the market, right? And create videos according to these similar trends. And in the same manner, you can increase your subscribers and even you can monetize your
trends about the latest technology, the trends about the market, plus trend about your channel, what your channel is showing to others, and what you are popular. Like I tried a lot of things. Honestly speaking, I tried a lot of things, and I also get a lot of disappointment from the audience itself, because like I'm doing a lot of hustle for creating one content but not getting that much views. But when I just sit and create a video related to Bluetooth earphone, and it got blast. Like I did not hustle for that video. I did not do hard work for that. But that's the main scenario for growing at an initial phase, I think. And after one time will come to you yourself, like you will put anything or your audience will watch. So we are waiting for that time, I guess.
Sure. Thank you, Raman. So, guys, now that we have heard everyone's views on the importance of content commerce marketing, right? There are, of course, some benefits when a publisher agrees to work with an affiliate network, right? So, I would want each and every one of you to if they could share their experience working with an affiliate network, how it has helped them or it has benefited in any which ways to grow or make money out of it. Sonam, I would want you to say something about
Stephen, that's a very interesting question, because the business model we have where we earn revenue for every sale that's driven from our platform, affiliate networks are like the backbones for our company. Because if we cannot partner with the right affiliate networks, we cannot get that growth and scale that we really need to power the millions of creators or the thousands of creators that would be working with us. And this is where the importance of affiliate network really comes, because there are a lot of networks that are quite focused on the regions. Like it could be just focused on the APAC, or it could be based on the EMEA region, or just the US or UK, Europe, and likewise. but partnering with networks that have the global presence makes a lot of difference. And what also happens, so for example, now we are working with more than 25,000 retailers globally, and there we cannot really go and forge partnerships with each and every brand. So by working with networks like Admitad or other networks, it has really given us that edge where we can work with thousands of brands at once. And we don't have to really go out and negotiate with the brands that, okay, because we are driving X amount of revenue, give us or increase our commission by Y% so that we can pass on a better thing to our creators. It is all quite handled by the Admitad team only. And that is where a lot of our heavy lifting, what Sudha was talking about initially, is being taken care of by the Admitad team. So I think it's really important in our journey to have the partners like Admitad who can really fuel our growth and our ambitions.
Thank you, Sonu, for the insightful insight about why is it important for an affiliate network to be a part of the content marketing along with the influencers. Sudha, your views?
I totally agree with Sonu, and I totally relate to her as well. So even with our influencers, right? See, we work with mostly fashion influencers, female fashion influencers who have great presence on Instagram. So all of these influencers, most of these influencers are present on Amazon affiliate or Flipkart affiliate or matter. So by why they are on Swagit is because they get access to all the brands that Admitad works with, right? They are part of LimeRoad affiliate. They're part of Marks and Spencer, H&M, Ajio, all of these platforms. So it's just a one-stop shop for them, wherein they could monetize their content across 1,000+ stores in India. So it's extremely important for us to onboard each and every e-commerce platform separately would be a great task for a startup like us. So this has been extremely helpful. Apart from the technology part, onboarding wise, it's been extremely important for us as well as for our influencers.
Understood.
So that's how it is. Yeah.
So Mohit and Naman, would you like to add anything to this?
I think that's his question. Just go ahead, Naman.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, Admitted, I used to do affiliation from Amazon itself, and there are some brands which provide the affiliation dashboard and affiliation marketing for their own. But Admitted is a platform where you can get a lot of. I researched when Clifford reach out to me about the Admitted, and then I started researching, and I found like Admitted is a very good platform. What Sudha said, one sentence, one stop solution. It's a very good sentence because you don't have to do anything, like you don't have to work hard for the affiliation, because I use like more than 5 to 6 affiliation programs. Different brands reach to me, and they share the affiliation, like we will provide you affiliation, but their affiliation platform or affiliation dashboard is very like creepy. I don't like, because the prices are not updating, and the withdrawal process is not good. I have to call each time, like when this particular money will come to my bank account, and this kind of things. Admitted, I think, provide that solution in a very clear way. You don't have to do a lot of hustle over there. You just have to ask for particular program. And one thing, like I have my website too, and I wanted to start the inserting my link to my website too. So I will definitely want to use the Admitted for Flipkart and other brands.
Mohit, would you like to give your views, a brief view about?
Yes, so summing up everything, according to me, as an influencer or a content creator, I think that Admitted is a departmental store. You don't have to directly go to the factory to buy a biscuit, or a different factory to buy a dry fruit. It's a departmental store. We can just go there, and if you want a biscuit, we can just ask for the biscuit. If you want dry fruit, then we can ask for a dry fruit. So all in one package you are providing. So it's a good thing for us, and with a proper graphs and all, proper tracking and all, proper payments and all. So we don't have to go here and there. Just one spot, you can say we are getting all the solutions. So that is the best thing for an influencer. They don't have to go here and there for a particular brand. So all brands are at one point. So we also are getting benefit from that. No issues regarding that.
I think we really had a very insightful and meaningful discussion today, right? And I really feel that the aspiring influencers who would have attended this webinar would now be ready with the tips that each and every one of you have given. They would have already made notes and would be ready to be the upcoming influencers. I really feel that the insights provided by Sonu and Sudha would be very useful and helpful for the audience who have joined today in this webinar. Over to you, Yogesh.
Thank you so much, everyone, for your valuable time. Surely, all the young fellas who were watching us live, I'm sure they got to know about the do and don'ts of an influencer and everything from this. So now for the next 5 minutes, we'll be going without the Q&A from the audience. So any of the speakers can take up the question and then all the rest of the speakers can join.
Sure.
I'll be sharing the question over the chat as well as I'll also be reading the question. So here's the first question from Arjun. He says, what are the top affiliate programs we should work as a blogger or content sites?
Mohit, you're on mute, Mohit.
Anyone who can take up the question?
Can you take this up? By the time Mohit is back.
Did you ask me?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are a fashion blogger,
yes, you are.
Cool. So, if you're a fashion blogger, I would say, you could work with Swagit as well. So we make each and every content of yours shoppable. So that's something. If you're a fashion blogger and female fashion blogger, we are focused on female category. You can make each and every content of yours that you put out on Instagram or YouTube. It's made shoppable. You don't have to create exclusive content to make it shoppable. Throughout your life, you could keep earning across these platforms. And we have partnered with AdmitAd. So we work with almost every fashion brands in India through AdmitAd. So we could facilitate, to shop your look. But yeah, other than fashion blogging, maybe Mohit or Naman or Sonu could be the best ones to answer.
Sure. Yeah, Mohit, please.
Not fashion blogging because we are mainly in electronic section, and as a content creator or you can say a blogger. So basic thing, I must tell everyone that they must initially start with the Amazon affiliate program because that is the clear and cut and very simple to join, and you will be getting all proper types of detailing and all proper payments and all, and a good amount of most of the audience truly trust Amazon based on their genuinity. The thing is that, and apart from that, because basically we work on electronic section, so we don't know about the fashion blogging and all. But my concern was about this thing that we can definitely, if someone is starting a affiliate network, so definitely they have to join Amazon on the priority basis. Apart from that, as we told that through this conversation, people will come to know that Admitted is also a good option to consider apart from Amazon and other affiliate programs. So Amazon is a must according to me.
Right. So my personal view is, since, India being a festival-oriented country, right? So every other month, we come up with some sort of festivals. And I believe, fashion is something that, sticks around forever, right? Even during Diwali, Christmas, or, when any other festivals, users or audience tends to buy new clothes. Of course, appliances and electronics too. But I feel that apart from Flipkart and Amazon, there is Ajio, Myntra, right, and other such fashion brands that really work well on influencers or content, or I would say on the blog sites. Sonu, what do you think about it?
So I'm going to apologize now only because I won't be able to recommend any one program that is going to suit everyone, because I think it really depends on the niche you are in. And like you mentioned, Stephen, there are a lot of other brands like, tier 1, tier 2 brands that are not Flipkart and Amazon. And these are the brands like, I feel the influencers or the creators should focus on, because it really depends on the type of content you are creating. So if it's a website or it's a blog that you are promoting, it's really important that you work with the brands in your niche. And it's not a good idea to just work with one particular brand, because diversity or having a diverse set of brands in your portfolio is always a good option or is a good idea. So I would highly recommend that work with the affiliate networks that are working in your niche. So you get an opportunity to work with different brands, and you know for which brand you're able to drive the most ROI and where you are getting the most revenue from.
Correct. Correct. Yogesh?
So the second question is from Shikha. She wants to know how to work with international clients.
Sonu, I think you could answer better.
I think that's a very interesting question, and often our creators also ask for the same, because we are present in like more than 20 countries. It's a very interesting thing where our Indian creators want to work with the international brands, and at the same time international brands really want to work with the Indian creators, because India is such a massive economy and the potential of launching any new product or category here is massive. So there are a lot of brands that we work with, like, in the UK or US, that want to probably launch a particular product in beauty, or they want to launch a particular range into the fashion category. And this is where we generally recommend creators to these foreign or international brands that, okay, these are the 10 influencers from beauty sector who can drive you X percentage of conversions, or they can bring you X percentage of engagement, and they could probably work with you. So we try to be the bridge between the brands and the creators. And we recommend like the creators who can drive more conversions and engagement for these brands.
Great. My opinion is, I understand that, people reaching out to international brands, signing up on their affiliate programs at times, get delayed responses from the account managers. I actually feel that it's best to work with an affiliate network when an influencer or maybe a content or a blogger would want to work on an international client, right? Because, affiliate networks, they anyhow are the aggregators for different type of traffic sources. They generate volume for an advertiser, right? And it's much easier for an account manager in an affiliate network to go to the brands or international clients, convince them, and get an approval for the influencers to run the campaign. This is my point of view about my answer to this question.
The third question is from Diksha Shah. She wants to know which category converts the best on your respective channels, like travel, fashion, beauty, BFSI. Which one?
What I have seen, fashion and beauty has always converted well. In my experience of last 6 years, or maybe 6 years with Admitted and 10 plus within the affiliate industry, I've seen fashion and beauty convert really well, followed by BFSI. BFSI does wonders at times for specific particular categories, right? Because the audience would really want to have first-hand review about any product that they choose to buy, or any way they want to invest their money in. They would want to know if first-hand review by someone or by some expert who already knows the in and outs of any such categories. Do you guys agree with it, Sudha and Naman or Son Mohit?
Fashion and beauty, definitely yes, because if you see, it's not a very high involvement thing like electronics, because the ticket size is much smaller. We just look at somebody and then some influencer, some fashion influencer, and we take a lot of inspiration, and we don't think much to spend, on the fashion category. It's a low involvement stuff. So definitely conversion rates are much higher for fashion and beauty, I would say. Travel is a high involvement thing. We don't do that quite often. We maybe once a year or twice a year. Fashion is not that. I mean, it's more of impulse buy, and influencers can totally drive fashion and beauty sales. Yeah.
Naman, what do you think about this?
I think the same, but I think as a tech creator, I will also would like to add one point. Like, tech is also a next big thing in upcoming Indian generation, because a lot of people are involving in according to tech. Because if we compare last 4 to 5 years from now, tech is very expensive. But right now, tech is came under the budget. Like if you want to purchase a Bluetooth earphone, so you can buy Bluetooth earphones under 1,000 rupees or even less than 1,000 rupees. So I think tech is also a next big thing, what I feel, and upcoming year. So like if you want to be a best converter, like you can also try for the tech. But yes, one more thing, like for the tech, you have to invest like more as compared to beauty and other things, because you have to buy the things first.
Understood. So no, you work with a lot of category, right?
So what we actually see, Stephen, so it really depends from the vertical to vertical. So for example, what you and Sudha were talking about, fashion and beauty, that is right, because these are the sectors or verticals where we see numerous transactions in a year. So every month people will be making at least 3 to 4 purchases when it comes to fashion and beauty. But that doesn't really happen with the travel and tech. But what happens in the fashion and beauty, the order total is quite small, and the commission percentage will be, let's say, between 4 and 8%. But when it comes to travel, although people may travel only 3-4 times a year or 5 times a year, the ticket sizes tend to be higher. Plus, the commission can go as high as 15 to 18%. But when it comes to electronics and tech, the commission could be 1%. But again, the ticket sizes are quite high. So it will be very difficult to just say, like, that one category, because it converts more, you'll be able to drive most revenue from there. But definitely the number of transactions in the fashion and beauty sectors are quite high. And now the fitness is taking up so massively in India and across the world. And particularly the work from home has made everybody into fitness. And a lot of products related to fitness are working quite well. The work from home setup is working really well. So I think it also depends on the trend of the era. Like, so what is working well and what is not working well, depending on the season.
Right. I think that the word converts it has a very broader definition, right? So for few people it would be number of transactions, right? For few people it would be the revenue that they would be getting out of, let's say, 10 transactions or maybe 1 transaction, right?
Yeah, fashion and beauty is purely a volume game. It's purely a volume game. Yeah.
Yogesh, we are ready for the next one.
Thank you. So this would be the last question for the day. It is from Deveshi Sabarwal. She wants to know an advice from you. Any advice for a podcaster in particular who's looking to monetize through affiliate marketing?
Guys, anyone wants to take this up?
Anyone who can?
Sonu?
So this is a really tricky one, where because podcasters give a lot of value, but that is where we feel that it's also important, where all the product recommendations or the affiliate links that they want to put, they actually have one place where they can just list all the products that they want to endorse, and then just provide that link to all their audience when they are talking on the podcast, or if they are sending any newsletters out, that this is where they can shop all their products from. Because what happens on the YouTube or Instagram, creators generally share the products on these channels, and under the description they do have an opportunity to click on these affiliate links and buy something from there. But that may not always be possible with the podcasters, and they cannot really visually represent the product. So it's better that they go for a solution where they can probably get a personal storefront and they can list all these product recommendations and probably just share that one link with all their audience and monetize the links.
I think my answer will be same exactly what Sonu has shared with us. Like you have to create one particular website or one particular platform where you can give the link to that, because in a podcast it's a very difficult task to convert the people into to hit the link button as compared to videos and other thing like visually. So yes, I think that will be a very good advice to create a website. Like you can share, like you can visit to our website and you can like buy what we have talked about in this particular podcast. So
yeah, one could also leverage Instagram or Facebook and reconnect with their audience there who they connected with on podcast, and that way they could monetize.
I also feel that if it is a podcaster who wants to promote through affiliate marketing, one needs to be very updated. He needs to be updated about the trends that are happening, and of course keep giving updates regularly, right? Because on videos you would know, or maybe on content you would know what the next updates would be. You have enough time frame to actually define the pros and cons of certain services, or maybe for certain products, or maybe anything else. But with podcaster, I feel that one has to be very, very, very much on his toes and keep on giving updates on about the product or maybe the services that he is trying to promote. Is what I feel.
Right.
Thank you everyone for this. So an insightful session coming to an end. I would like to again thank all the speakers for their valuable time and all the delegates who were present for the live sessions. That's all from today's session. We would like to end the session here. Thank you so much, speakers, once again for your valuable time to join the session.
Thank you, Stephen. Thanks, Sonu. Thanks, Mohit.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.